different Canadian wine every day. Day 17 of tasting a different Canadian wine every day till we hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. And today we are tasting some very Canadian wine, Chardonnay. Okay.
Chardonnay.
Stonebridge for this lovely shirt. Chardonnay. What Chardonnay do you have there, Carl Boucher?
We are going to Niagara region, to my very favorite sub-region, sub-appellation on the 20-mile bench. And this is one of the heavy hitter, one of a new winery, but amazing producer. It's Dobbin Estate Winery with the 2020 Chardonnay. Listen, they are making absolutely world-class wine at Dobbin. The team with Nathan Dobbin as a general manager, Dave Brennan and his assistant winemaker, and the power couple of Anne Sperling and Peter Gamble as the lead consultant and the lead on the project. So Peter as a winemaking and Anne as a viticulturist. They have acquired, well, Mr. Dobbin has acquired a very special piece of land on a 20-mile bench when they brought Pedro Perez, one of the top leading consultant in soil, the soil consultant in the world, when a group of Canadian, like Thomas Batchelder, that was the owner at Eden Bench as well. Peter was involved in that. They brought Pedro Perez to map out a little bit of some of the key area of Niagara escarpment, and one of the surprising place was that place where Mr. Dobbin was sitting on, and this place should have been one of the very, very top soil to grow Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, Cab Franc. And since what? I think their first vintage was 2019. I think they opened their door in 2022. But Dobbin Estate has been producing some world-class wine right out of the gate. And today I want to crack open this 2020 Chard, because the 2019 Chardonnay, we took it to Las Vegas, Nevada, for one of the most prestigious wine fundraiser in the world, the One Drop Foundation, which is going to be in a couple of weeks this year as well. And Dobbin's going to be there with a different wine. But the 2019 Chardonnay was part of the One Drop last year. This is Guy Laliberté, owner of the Cirque du Soleil, who brings some of his wine friends from around the world. And they bid on some incredible auction price to raise money for water, for potable water around the world. So anyway, long story short, we were there serving the 2019 Dobbin Chardonnay, and people in the room tasting some of the Grand Cru Burgundy and some of the very top wine from around the world, were absolutely blown away by the 19 Dobbin. Today, we're going to taste the 2020 Dobbin Chardonnay, which I already rated 93 plus points a year ago. I wanted to revisit that wine because in a couple of weeks, we're going to host Peter Gamble and Nathan and Dave on a Zoom call with our Tasting Thursday group, a little group here that we have. And we're going to taste that very 2020 Chardonnay is going to be available. I want to see how this wine is showing right now. So let's keep in mind, 2020 was one of the hottest and driest vintage in memory in Niagara, where Dobbin Estate is located. Okay, so it has, I think the implication here is that the wine from the 2020, especially the reds, are big and bold and rich. And I mean, this means the same thing for the white, right? The different profile. 2020 is a little bit of an outlier. I wouldn't say the very best vintage for white wine in Niagara because very, 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 very hot. I would say probably average for white wine, but I would say that Dauben has produced an incredible Chardonnay, and right on the nose, I get the this very classic 20-mile bench aromas of Meyer lemon, of lemon meringue, peach, like a ton of orchard fruit here. Oh my God, this is so classic 20-mile bench. It's often remind me because I'm a big fan here of here. Like this is Thomas Batchelder, right? Thomas, one of the best producers. I would say probably the very best producer of Chardonnay, Niagara. He has 2 or 3 of his Chardonnay from the 20-mile bench. A friend of ours, Tyler Emerson at Black Bank Hill, also has a Chardonnay from the 20-mile bench. Every 20-mile bench Chardonnay that I get, I see that very similar aromas, and this one absolutely exude these 20-mile bench aroma, which I really, really, really love. Oh, that is absolutely spectacular. I love that. Bold and rich. Okay, let's give it a swirl. I didn't bring my spit cup here today, but hey, you know what? We're going to figure it out. Bold mouthfeel from a blend of orchard and citrus fruit. Beautiful mid palate. I really like the weight on the mid palate. I like that little minerality on the back end, even a little bit of saline on the lips as well. A lot of complexity with that. It's a rich Chardonnay. If I have to compare, let's say if you ask me about a international comp, I will probably go to Burgundy and I'll probably compare that to a Meursault in terms of richness, in terms of weight on the mid palate, in terms of complexity. That is, to me, that would be my my international comp. I can also be one of the heavier Russian River Valley from Sonoma. That can be, but I think Meursault, that's really where I would tend to go. Bottles, like they use that kick-ass big bottle. I mean, this is a premium Chardonnay at what, around the $80 price point. Premium. Do we say expensive? I don't know if we say expensive, in the sense that when you look around the world for top-end Chardonnay, it's pretty hard to say $80 is it's not top-end price for Burgundy, that's for sure. Now these days, the California one is the same thing. So yes, premium, but delivers the premium delivery, that is for sure. Texture, check. Double check on the texture, like I absolutely love. Complexity, check. They have it. Varietal characteristic, check. Like this is pure Chardonnay. Terroir oriented, absolutely, because they are delivering, especially for where they are located, that 20-mile bench specifically that I'm looking for when I taste, especially Ontario wine, Ontario Chardonnay. At the very top of my list in terms of Ontario Chardonnay producer, they are right there. That's for sure. With Batchelder, with Leaning Post, with Cloudsley, with Stonebridge as well. Stonebridge, though, on the other side of Niagara on the lake. But holy smoke, the aromatic are 95 points on the aromatic. The holy smoke, this is so beautiful, expressive, and pure. Like there's a purity on the nose that I really, truly, truly enjoy. You know what? Like for me, tasting wines from across the country, I wouldn't mind to pay these type of wine. I would go up to $110, like no problem. Yes, it sounds expensive, but the quality of what you get in here, it's absolutely outstanding. Oak, yes, check. It's right in there. Not overpowering. I would say there's probably like 30% new oak in there. It's rich. It's bold. It's wild ferment. That is for sure. That I get it on the nose. Oh, I mean, now the thing with 2020, what we have to look for, it's the acidity, right? Being such a big and bold and warm vintage, sometimes it tends to lack acidity. And if it does, the aging potential really pummel. Like I mean, this is a fact. We cannot shy away from that aspect. So what I'm looking for here is to see, okay, is that 2020 Dobbin will age for a long time? So let's test there. Let's check about the acidity level. What do I perceive here on the palate? I mean, I definitely have tasted some flabbier Chardonnay in the past. That's for sure. So no, it to my perspective, it doesn't lack of acidity. Is it the sky high, bright and crisp Chardonnay? Nope. I have the 2021 as well right here. So we'll taste the 2021 in the next couple of days as well, just to check, just to see the level of acidity. But I believe that this here in 2020, for that type of vintage, the acidity has been very, very well preserved. This is a great job here in the vineyard and in the cellar to preserve a level of acidity that now at 6 years old, still right there and still keep everything lifted without bringing that flabbiness. 13, between 13 and 13 and a half% alcohol, so it's not overly done in terms of alcohol, which is again for that vintage a masterful job in the cellar. I've tasted many 2020 Niagara Chardonnay with a lack of acidity. That's a fact. That doesn't mean that these wineries are not good. That just means that in 2020, they missed the mark on ageability. Do I say that 2020 will outlast 2019? That's not what I'm saying. 19, to my opinion, it's maybe in the last 10, 15 years, the very best vintage in Niagara for aging Chardonnay, or for Chardonnay and Pinot Noir at large. It was an outstanding vintage. So now comparing 2020 to 2019, I mean, that's not very what I'm looking for here. I'm saying 2020 is not going to outlast 2019. Let's be realistic here. That's a fact. We'll see with 2021, the follow through of 2020. I'm expecting something a little brighter, okay? But in terms of what I was expecting, I would say, to be honest with you, I was expecting something heavier. No, this is up there. It doesn't feel heavy. And I would say this wine has at least another 5 to 7 years. Okay, if it's well cellared, there's no problem there. This is a 93 plus point in my book, even at that price point. So This is right up there with what Thomas do at Batchelder. This is right up there with what Elias Senchuk do at Leading Post, from a different appellation, yes. But I mean, in terms of Kern and Co., which I tasted the Wismar Foxcroft 2018, and I also had a taste of the 2020. Also outstanding Chardonnays. They all are in the same ballpark. This, it's super premium, it's super tasty, it's super good, and it's super well made. Kudos to the winemaker and his team to preserve the acid at a right level. I have no issue with that. And I mean, the complexity is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, Peter Gamble and Sperling, alongside Dave Brennan and Nathan Dobbin. So this is the team at Dobbin Estate on the 20-mile bench, one of a newer estate. One thing that I'm really excited also with Dobbin is they're just releasing their first estate Pinot Noir and their first sparkling. We're going to taste these wines in a week and a half with our group on a private Zoom tasting, which should be absolutely epic. And to have Peter on the Zoom with us talking about Riesling, because he is absolutely passionate about Riesling, and we're going to go through the whole process of multiple pick to create extreme complexity in the Riesling production. So that's going to be a good one. But yeah, one other thing that I wanted to mention about Dobbin is now available with the Fairmont Hotel. They signed a big contract, so they have Riesling, they have Dobbin Chardonnay by the glass now at the Fairmont at many different locations. So this is a really cool thing for one of our Canadian Niagara winery to have such an amazing placement in some of the top hotel in the world. So well done to the team to get their wine in such incredible places. And I mean, that says a lot, because I mentioned it maybe 2 or 3 times already. Super premium, yes. Super complex also, and a wine that is worth, to my opinion, every single penny. On that note, we're going to be back tomorrow for day 18 and another incredible Canadian wine. So stay with us. Thanks for tuning in. And if you haven't subscribed yet, just hit the bell below and join the community. We taste Canadian wines every day until we hit 1,000 subscribers and beyond. So follow us on other platform. We appreciate you, and spread the love of Canadian wine, spread the Canadian wine joy with your friends, because we truly produce world-class wine here in Canada. So thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow.